Welcome back to another episode. I'm Will.
And I'm Linda.
And this is Will Weekly, and we're reviewing a movie that I feel like it's highly anticipated movie. Everybody's been waiting for this movie. Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. Wakanda.
Anyway.
I just feel like saying that now. Like after watching a movie.
Wakanda.
You know? And there's a part in the movie where like they're doing this ritual and it's like,
yeah, and I go like
that's
that.
like my new move. My new move.
Like
Anyway, so yeah, highly anticipated Marvel movie. A lot of people have been looking forward to this movie. A lot of hype. So I was very worried going into watching this movie because there was so much hype that so much anticipation that I'm like, is it gonna live up to the hype?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be as good as the hype?
Because it's just very different.
Very different.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just went with an open mind. I really didn't expect anything from it.
I gotta say, I really enjoyed the story of this movie. This movie was about this family, this kingdom, this city, and I really liked the backstory of Black Panther's family.
Yeah.
His father, he had an uncle, and something happened between those two that I can't really give too much. Right, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. I also really enjoyed the world that Marvel created. It's like they created a whole nother world that already existed outside of the main characters in Wakanda. You know, very beautiful, all the traditions, all like their culture, and you know, when he became king, they have to do this ritual where other tribes come in.
My favorite.
Other tribes come in to try to challenge him for the kingdom to see if he's really worthy of being the Black Panther. So all those details, these things that we haven't seen in other Marvel movies, made this movie, for me, very original.
Very original.
Very original.
Very. And the costumes, I love like how, you know, the scenery plus the costumes made it so beautiful. You know, this culture that I don't really know much about this culture, you know, and it does exist. I mean, not like the movie, but like, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of tradition like that. And
it's like a creative interpretation of African culture. Very interesting. I also love the villains in this movie. Sometimes I feel like the villains in movies, in Marvel movies, are kind of weak sometimes. Loki is the exception. Loki's a really good villain. He's entertaining. He's charismatic. But for the most part, sometimes Marvel struggles with finding a good villain for the hero.
Right, a villain that becomes like somebody that you kind of get to know.
Right.
Usually the villain is like either like a monster or like something that just comes out of like nowhere and you're just fighting. Like you're just fighting against it, but there's no development of the character. In this movie,
there's a big, this is what, I mean, and it's not just one villain. Andy Serkis, who plays Ulysses Claw, hilarious.
Oh my God.
Andy Serkis, brilliant actor.
That guy.
You know he's from the War of the Planet of the Apes. He's the one that plays Caesar. He's also been in the Lord of the Rings movies. So amazing actor. And I haven't seen him in like playing a role like this. Yeah. Because he's like a villain, but he's also super hilarious. It's almost like he steals a movie.
I was so sad when you stop seeing him, you know, and
don't give too much away.
I know,
you
almost did. I saved it. Okay, relax.
God,
I did not.
she gives me work in editing, guys. She gives me so much work. But when I'm editing these episodes, I'm like, Linda, why? Why, Linda, why?
Because I get too excited. I
Oh,
want to
God.
say stuff, right?
Spoiler-free review, guys. Spoiler-free.
Anyway, continue.
So, yeah, like I was saying. And then, so it's not just one character, Andy Serkis, but it's also Michael B. Jordan, who plays Killmonger, who's also a very interesting character. And his side of it is that he has a really interesting backstory connecting to the Black Panther.
Don't say too much.
I can't say too much, and I didn't. I worded it just right.
I gotta watch.
In the sense that I didn't give too much away, like some people.
Whatever.
Anyway, so yeah, he does have a very interesting story, and he has a legitimate, like some people. Sometimes these characters, it's like, why are they so mad?
Yeah.
But this one, you know, Michael B. Jordan in this movie, he has a legitimate gripe.
Yeah, and I kind of feel
I felt for him.
Yeah,
and I felt for him. Definitely.
And I totally agree. At some point, I mean, I didn't agree on certain stuff that he did, but I did agree why he did it.
Like I understand why somebody in his position would be pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally.
Yeah, so anyway, what I like about this movie is that things about this family are revealed little by little, you know? Another thing, I really like how they upgraded the Black Panther's powers in this one. He has some really cool, now they kind of upgraded his suit where it absorbs energy. So, and it kind of, when he absorbs enough energy, it kind of gives off a blast. And that's something we haven't seen before in Black Panther. And that made it feel like, all right, this is really a superhero. Yeah. A superhero in the sense that he's like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I really loved how different this character was, And I'm sure you're going to mention it, but like his move was so much capoeira in it.
Oh, yeah, his fighting style.
He plays capoeira, or,
I practiced capoeira for a couple of years.
And I kind of practiced a little bit, but it was so much, like, this move, right?
Right.
So that was really cool.
Some cool martial arts in there, some definitely cool martial arts. So, I mean, a lot of good things about this movie. What do you like about this movie?
I wasn't, I don't know. I just saw one trailer. I didn't really know much about it, but I really enjoyed it. I think it was just a clever, different type of, superhero movie. Like you say, has a story in that really connects you to the characters. My favorite character of the movie was the sister.
The sister, she was funny.
Yeah, like she was so
Shuri.
funny. Shuri. She was like this, like, funny, quirky, girl, but at the same time really smart.
Very smart.
And she was so protected of, her brother also, which is Black Panther. And I loved her. So I really enjoyed that character. And then just
the back and forth. It's like that sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
There's this one part where he's testing. I'm not gonna give too much away. He's testing out the suit.
Oh.
And then something happens. He gets shocked, and she takes a picture of him. And he's like, "Don't post that.
Delete that
picture." No. He's like, delete that picture. But like, really hilarious, sibling rivalry.
And that's another thing that I liked about the movie. Like, it was funny too. Like, it had a lot of fun, a lot of humor in it. So it was just only like, action. And the action part was amazing too. Like, I love my favorite part was like one part where they're racing, which is on the trailers, they're racing, and that
when
was
they're in Tokyo.
Yeah,
the scenes in Tokyo, the fight scenes in Tokyo, and the chase scenes, and there is when you really see his powers. Especially in that chase scene, very impressive, really entertaining. And then on top of that, I mean, the director of this movie, Ryan Coogler, he did an amazing job. And when you go see a Ryan Coogler movie, there's gonna be good music in the movie. Because this movie has some amazing beats. The way they modernized some of the African culture beats with some hip hop. It felt fresh. It felt like I was just bopping throughout the whole movie.
I think everybody in the movie theater
everybody
really
was enjoying. I could tell the music in this movie, and it makes me want to buy the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And he directed Ryan Coogler. He directed Creed, which is an amazing movie. Creed, great, and that one also has some amazing music. So when you watch one of his movies, the music is gonna be like really entertaining.
Yeah, it connects with the movie too. Like, it goes with it. It's really flowing. And anyway, I really like this movie. I really did. I think it was one of like the really. I feel like it's fresh too because it's a new character. That was bring up now. So it's a new addition to the Marvel, but I think it's just very different and fresh, and I really enjoyed that.
Do you have any problems with this movie?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
I got some problems with this movie.
Of
course. I'm going to go.
He always has problems with a movie.
Well,
always.
Like,
there has
I got to keep it real. I got to keep it real.
That he has no problems with.
No, there's some movies I didn't have any problem with. There's some. So I got to go through like a list of things that I hope for the next one, because they're going to make a next one.
Of course.
This movie's making a killing. The first thing that kind of bothered me, some of the CG was not the best that Marvel's done. Okay. Computer graphics. That, especially like the way there's some rhinos in this movie that felt a little bit too computer generated for me. It just,
I guess,
it felt a little bit too artificial. Some of the CG and also the way sometimes Wakanda looks a little too computerized for me.
Yeah.
I wish, when I found out they were doing this movie, it takes place in Wakanda. It's not a real nation. It's supposed to be in Africa, right? I was expecting to see like beautiful scenery, natural looking scenery of Africa. The
maybe
safari,
like more animals, like
some lions, some zebras, some exotic animals that we don't see here, but like really like real looking stuff. And that is, I was a little disappointed with that.
Well, because it made it look like this like city that
it's technological
city.
But I was hoping
the power that they had.
But in the comic books, it's like a combination of this technological city with nature.
Well, there was some nature.
There was some nature.
Not a lot, though.
Not a lot. And when they did have it in there, it just didn't feel real to me.
Yeah,
It felt computer generated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I hope in the next one, I hope they improve on that. I mean, these are just nitpicking things. I'm just nitpicking. All right, so we talked about the good. We talked about the bad. Time to rate this movie. Out of 5 stars, what are you giving it?
I'm giving it a 4.5.
4.5?
4.5.
Solid?
Solid 4.5. I can't give it 5 because it's not like it completely amazed me, wired me, but I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a well done movie, and I love the addition to it, the whole Marvel story. So I can't wait to see the next one.
All right, so for me, I'm giving it 4 stars. I thought it was a very entertaining movie. Funny moments, a lot of great action, but I thought there was some room for improvement, and I want to see that in the next one. I feel like it could be better. I feel like this is not the best Black Panther movie yet. Mm-hmm. I feel like the best Black Panther movie is still to come.
It's still to come.
And I'll tell you how. Like, let's say Thor. They came out with 3 Thors, right?
Yeah.
The first one, I enjoyed it. Second one was okay. The third one was the best. The third one was the bomb. I love Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this movie is not at that level.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe Black Panther 2 or 3 is going to be a 5-star.
You think it's going to be a 3?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a trilogy. It's making money right now. This movie's making money.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I enjoyed the fact it was a little different,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I loved it. So
Go watch it, guys.
Go watch it.
Go watch
Enjoy it. Go see it. Subscribe to our channel.
Right.
Press the like.
Press that like. If you like these reviews, leave us a comment. What did you think about the Black Panther? And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And Black Panther. Wakanda forever!
I can't say that. Bye, guys.
Later, guys.